Tom Cruise is often considered as an actor appearing in high-octane action films and suspenseful thrillers. But that's not how he started out. In fact, every few years he takes risks and nurtures his versatility by starring in sleeper hits and rom-coms. In this list, we're simply counting down 10 movies that deserve more recognition and a humble revisit. So let's quickly dive into this list of underrated Tom Cruise movies. But before moving forward, don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button for more upcoming videos like this. And with this, the 10th movie in our list is The Outsiders. The Outsiders is a 1983 movie and tells the story of the rural Oklahoma. Back in the 1960s, rural Oklahoma was divided into two groups, the working-class greasers and the upper-class socials, or SOCs. As rivals, the members of these groups have never gotten along, but instead, they hold a smoldering disgust for the other. While the primary cast is led by C. Thomas Howell, Matt Dillon, Patrick Swayze, and Ralph Macchio, Tom Cruise manages to amplify the setting as Steve Randall, a close friend of the Curtis brothers. The Outsiders was not his breakthrough role, but in Francis Ford Coppola's adaptation of a revered novel, he portrays teenage angst, brotherhood, and coming of age quite strongly. And the 9th movie is All the Right Moves. Before receiving the superstardom he has today, Tom Cruise understatedly starred as a steel-town football star, fighting his bleak future and doing everything in his power to earn back the one chance he lost. As the best player in his high school football team, Stefan Djordjevic is aiming to win a sports scholarship, get into a decent college, and finally get out of his small and uninspiring town of Amphipe, Pennsylvania. With his valor and stubbornness to escape, Cruise awakened in the audience an empathy for broken dreams. His quiet but flickering hope in All the Right Moves showed potential for him to achieve great things. And the 8th movie in our list is Born on the 4th of July. Films like Jojo Rabbit and Grave of the Fireflies have showcased an unflinching portrayal of why war is futile and a loss for both parties involved. But there is another phenomenal anti-war movie that doesn't get enough credit. Born on the 4th of July is an epic film directed by Oliver Stone, and it crafts a nuanced story about an icon, Ron Kovic. Based on Kovic's own autobiography from 1976, Tom Cruise displays the emotional transformation that leads to Kovic becoming an activist in his time and overcoming any prospect of suffering in the future. And the 7th movie is Days of Thunder. Days of Thunder follows Cole Trickle as a rookie racer vying for recognition when he is recruited by a renowned brand. Trickle develops a bitter relationship with Rowdy Burns, a veteran racer and arrogant man. Amidst the adrenaline rush, Trickle's down-to-earth driver accidentally gets into a serious crash with Burns, and they are severely injured. Without the heat of competition and stakes off track, Trickle and Burns become the best of buds, but their friendship is short-lived because the former gets back into racing before the latter. Tom Cruise is already known for his action roles, but looking back, his charisma and precision shows just how tailor-made he is for such premises. And our 6th movie is The Firm. The Firm is a classic adaptation of John Grisham's legal thriller novel, and it goes without saying that the movie does absolute justice to its complex source material. Never taking things too lightly, the film dives right into the mystery by introducing us to an ambitious but naive Harvard Law School grad named Mitch McDeere, who is fascinated by the world of law and wants to fight for justice by any means. When he is hired by a big firm, Mitch sees it as nothing but a harmless opportunity to excel in his career. However, he soon finds himself intertwined in the firm's dark and riveting secrets after 2 of his co-workers are found murdered. Tom Cruise imbues his character with such dimension that it is impossible not to get captivated by his performance. Using subtle emotions and intense courtroom maneuvers to up the ante, the movie is pure entertainment. And the 5th movie in our list is Mission Impossible 3. Even though the Mission Impossible franchise is now beloved by a global audience, there was a time when fans were still waiting for the films to transform from good to great. While many believe that shift to have happened with the series' 4th installment, Ghost Protocol, The truth is that Mission Impossible 3 genuinely revitalized the franchise as well as its hero. Having been released 6 years after its predecessor, the movie brings back a hero that is more physically and emotionally nuanced, whereas the plot is thicker and more suspenseful. Cruise obviously throws himself headfirst into perilous action sequences and makes sacrifices that resonate deeply with the audience. And the fourth movie that we are going to talk about is Valkyrie. Chronicling a time nearing the Second World War's close, this gripping historical time tells the story of a strategy orchestrated specifically to overthrow Hitler. Led by Colonel Klaus von Stauffenberg, a bunch of high-thinking individuals plan a coup against their ruthless leader. The reason is in no way a rebellion or hatred. Instead, these men believe that Hitler's relentless pursuit of world dominance will drive Germany into dirt, and that it is their responsibility to save the country before it is too late, even if it means scheming from the inside. Cruise shines in the role of von Stauffenberg, who is magnetic and resolute. And our third movie is Night and Day. James Mangold, who is known for directing some brilliant films like Logan and Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, helms this zippy action-fueled romantic comedy. Tom Cruise first appeared with Cameron Diaz in Vanilla Sky, and then 9 years later, the duo reunited as Roy Miller and June Havens. A chance encounter with Roy while boarding a flight makes June an unpredictable sider to a mysterious agent, and soon she gets embroidered in his many adventures. Apparently, Roy is on a mission to regain his respect and reputation in the department, and for that, he goes to immoral heights. Even though June is as fearless as him and has a thing for roller coaster romances, she must decide if she sees Roy as a hero or a trailer. Night and Day inherits a sweeter side than most of Cruise's action flicks, the reason being his partnership with Diaz. And the second movie is Oblivion. After having watched Top Gun Maverick and how the film uses Tom Cruise's best abilities and morphs itself into a global blockbuster, there is no denying that director Joseph Kosinski has spent his sweet time perfecting his skills for CGI and special effects and jaw-dropping sequences. While Tron Legacy was the director's memorable debut, many forget to include Oblivion in his list of masterpieces. As a story set in a post-apocalyptic Earth, it follows Jack Harper, a drone repairman living in solitary, yet being haunted by dreams of a mysterious woman. When he's given a chance to question his identity and explore a time when the alien scavengers hadn't reached Earth, the film evolves into a highly complex and unpredictable thriller. Cruise brings a delicate light to his character, and with the film's outstanding visuals, Oblivion is a modern sci-fi classic. And the last movie in our list is American Made. Part history, part fiction, American Made is an interesting film that tells the real-life inspired story about an unassuming commercial pilot named Barry Seal. Back in 1978, Seal was recruited by the CIA to carry out highly confidential missions across the United States. His first task was to capture aerial photos of the Sandinista bases in Nicaragua. Relishing the fact that he was doing something for his country, Seal continued to work as an agent. But before he knew it, he was smuggling drugs and arms and getting involved in illegal activities. At one point during the late 80s, he was also associated with Pablo Escobar's Medellin cartel. While Tom Cruise's Barry Seal wasn't a shiny hero figure in the movie, he sure inhabited a swaggering and irresistibly charming personality that made fans invested in his story. American Made's win is in its capacity to elevate a lesser heard of protagonist through mystery and drama.
So these are the top 10 most underrated Tom Cruise movies worth revisiting. Comment down the name of the movie that you would like to revisit, and don't forget to hit the subscribe and like button for more upcoming videos like this.